Okay, your library.
Okay, so I called the meeting to order at 5:49 PM. And since we don't have our chair or vice chair this time, I'd like to ask who would like to be the temporary chair, the acting chair for today.
I can do that.
It's all you.
I second.
Perfect.
Wait, is that right? I think so.
So,
Oh, your vice chair?
Huh?
But your vice chair when they're coming. But this is for today.
It's just
I don't think it will matter.
roll
right?
call.
would somebody else like to do it, just in case there's conflict of interest?
And then just turn it over to me.
There you go.
Jesse will be,
Acting
I
chair for
second.
today.
all in favor? Aye. Go ahead.
Okay. So, roll call. Would that be Julie?
Okay, so roll
Yeah.
call. We have John absent, Vivian absent. I'm here, Francisco absent, Vladimir,
Yeah.
Christina,
Here.
and Madeline.
Here.
Perfect.
Okay. So,
You wanna turn it over to me?
okay,
That's up to you.
no, go ahead.
Okay, so at this
Okay.
time, Madeline will be acting. Go for it.
Order of business, do we have any deferrals, additions, or deletions?
Yes, I have two. We need to add a dojo. Because we need to vote on that.
To old business or new
It
business?
should be old business. The
You want to put
dojo-
it as F?
Yeah.
F would be Dojo.
So I would like to motion to add as item F to old business or 6F. The dojo program. To start up again.
I second. Any other deferrals, additions, deletions?
Yes, and then the second one is to speak about the Hope for Autism Gala, about getting a table.
The March one?
Yeah, for next year.
In March.
Well, do we have a date? Yes.
In March. It's called Help for Autism
Gala.
Gala
Mhm.
in March. That's all. I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye. Any more deferrals, additions?
Also to add for the gala, for the GD gala in October 26th. If we're gonna
So make a motion?
make a motion to add,
Six, eight.
a table for
Make a motion to add item 6, 8H to old business for, and then you say what it is.
GD's, Playhouse Gala, October 26th.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed.
So far for Amador.
You said October 2nd,
26th.
No.
26th.
26th.
So I don't know, I guess I was thinking of second motion.
That's two days, the holiday of that year. 26th, no, what was it?
Mhm.
That's the haunted house
Over at the park.
at the park. Yeah,
The same day.
and like,
That's a
That's
huge
big
event.
event.
That's huge.
yeah, it's huge. And it's getting more and more because
Yes.
of the
Because
food
it's
trucks and all that.
like Halloween.
Yeah, it's the weekend before. Basically.
Do we have any more deferrals, additions, or deletions?
I know.
You're the last one.
Oh, I do not have any. Mhm. Thank you.
Public comments? Hi.
How are you?
You wanna say your name so we can put it in the minutes?
So my name is Giancarlo Rodriguez. I just got added to Mayor Sid's liaison for the ADA. he brought me in to discuss, for the transportation what's going on here in the county, especially for the SDS program that we have here in the county. So myself, as I've been riding SDS and public transportation, and as I spoke to Joseph last month and discussed if the mayor gets to county office, what needs to be changed in the county. A lot of changes need to be done. There's also, as I spoke to Joseph, there's a lot of funding in the county that needs to be looked at on how the SDS, well, I should say it's the way the budget is being used for the, system. It needs to be looked at.
Okay,
So that's why, that's one of the reasons that I was brought into. And see what can we do and look forward into that and make this better, not only for, the special needs, but also for our elders that use the program itself and also the transportation system as well. Because I believe this is like what I would like the fourth largest in the country, if I'm not mistaken. So yes,
okay, welcome.
Welcome,
Yeah,
thank you.
congratulations for being a part of that.
thank you.
So, John, while you were gone, trying to get here, I should say, welcome.
Should get a medal for that trip.
Well, I make a motion to now pass the chair back over to you because we did have someone else acting as chair. Anyone second?
Second.
Oh, perfect. There you go. It's all you. We are on,
Thank you.
we are on approval of all minutes.
You want to let them know what we added?
Sure, we added, F to the order of business. We added F to number 6, the dojo to, take a look at that for, the startup. We added G also under number 6 old business to speak about the Hope for Autism Gala in March and purchasing a table for that event. Then we spoke about adding H to 6 as well. To discuss the Gigi's Playhouse event on October 26th, and then we were reminded that that is a big Halloween weekend event, and that's where we are right now. Do you want anything to? Oh, and then we had our guests speak about being
Hello.
added as Mayor Sid's liaison and working on the transportation concerns that we have here. And do you have any deferrals, and deletions?
No, that sounds perfectly fine.
You are good to go. Fine.
All right, then, let's take a look at the minutes, folks. Take a minute to look at the minutes. I'll take an hour and a half. Oh, man. I think Frankie is absent again today.
I believe that Kathy said he wouldn't be.
Oh. All time. Like that's funny.
Which part?
Oh, this is committee agreed well
8A.
done.
8A.
8A.
We did say that.
I know, I'm notating that it's fun to see it in the minutes. I motion to approve the minutes, no changes.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, let's kick off this round of conversations. Let's start with special needs safety program. Mr. Amador, we have new flyers with the new safety program on them. They printed them out last time around, and we gave them out at the 4th of July. So that's exciting.
That was one of the things I was gonna ask for. I need more because I'm burning out, so.
They're in my house.
very
Want to come
glad.
by and get them?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. I have a little tiny stack because I was giving them out. The last backpack giveaway, I was there on Saturday here at in town hall. And I was there promoting it. With the flyers, that's why I'm, running out. I noticed that there were people that were there that weren't from the town, and I kept telling them that there's an occupant. With autism program that the county has. So I went to our headquarters, spoke to the people that are the liaisons that we have there. And they told me that what they're doing is when they go to an event, they take the car and they put basically this as a big sheet. And then when people ask, they have them run the QR code. So what I did was I made this so that I can give them out. I shrunk it down and that's what I've been doing, so I give them both out now. But I'm trying to work with them to see, because the thing is, it's the county, where's the money, there's no budget, blah, 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 to figure out a way of making something like this. Because when I showed them this, oh, yeah, that's the town, oh, wow, but this works, this is what we need, not this.
Very
Because
small.
what is this, so I'm working on that, trying to figure a way of getting the funds for something like this for the county.
Good. Any new registers yet, or are we? still-
One more.
One more, okay.
15.
Little bit by little bit, we'll get
Yeah,
there.
they're really- and I spoke to a lady this week that told me she was gonna email me one. So,
I know we've discussed this, is it possible that, I'm not sure, the legalities of it, but we've discussed this before, is it possible for you to see if you could reach out to, I don't know, and whatever organizations that specifically focus on Miami Lakes to do like a notice in one of their newsletters or in an email blast that they normally send out?
You mean
I
like,
like the Grams or something, but does the
like
police
the
department?
newspaper,
Not the
My
newspaper,
computer?
they already do it, they've already done articles on it, I'm not something else, like. Does the town police department ever do anything, posts on their Facebook page, do they, for
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
do you ever have, like if we could connect with, I'm trying to, give me a second, my mind is not here.
well, we have the Nextdoor app, that stuff gets put on there.
Like that,
And that's really like, my sergeant is the one that controls that, and I can tell him, hey, every month, let's do it.
yeah, like just a notice, like,
Right
hey,
now-
just want to remind everybody.
Right now, it's every like 3 months, 3 or 4 months, that was whenever I tell him, hey, just put it out there, he puts it out again. That part we control. Now, the town, we have no control over what they put out. And it's however they want to do it, they have their own, they always tell us that they have their own format and they don't want to break their format, so that's really however they work.
Well, on the
What
news,
maybe we can do, remember what we did, that we put like an ad and it was us putting it was like $100 or something like that.
yeah.
It was like
we
a
can do
geo
that.
ads, I don't know what.
The one we haven't gotten done yet has been newsletters. I just feel like we're missing that. It's gotta be, I know the Grams put out a newsletter, I know that the other committees. Does the Elderly Affairs Committee ever do like a?
I have no idea, because I'm not a member of them, but,
And your
Cultural affairs?
Cultural affairs.
and we don't do a
I
newsletter.
think Elderly Affairs does some kind of print thing for their members. But they post it, like the centers. And we should also have a flyer at the centers.
Yeah, but they're much bigger. They're like 50, 60 people in that.
They're the ones that are supposed to be in this program, so. That would be necessary, so. Why don't we work, can we get like our flyer posted
In the
these
centers?
in the centers, like in the glass container or on the windows or
Like
something?
the one that we just ordered,
Oh,
the safety program one.
oh, we should be able to.
Yes,
Yeah.
but the safety program that we just ordered.
Yes,
That would be a great idea.
I got it, you want me to give them to you?
To
Yes.
put it, cause at every
You want, I
park,
did like half.
at every community
They have a
center,
board.
there's a glass.
They like, yeah.
Like a bulletin
bulletin
board
board,
with a
board.
glass. And they put flyers, they put different things.
I see them on the
We should
door.
definitely put that. Yeah, but they have a bulletin board, and like,
So
I
I'll bring
remember
these. in.
also they have it in the front and in the back. So some even have like more than one
Mary Collins has theirs out front, they have 2 out front.
in the front,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, So I'll bring you some, and if we can get them posted in there, that'd be great.
That's really good.
That's what I was thinking, like, just a place for people to be able to see it.
Yes.
Because right now it sits on tables and sometimes people see it, sometimes they don't.
Are you talking about both?
Plus, I think
that
we
one
need to
and
replace all the
ours?
ones on our tables too.
I was thinking that one, I mean, ours, I don't know, but that
You're
one,
talking about this one.
I'm talking about that, the safety needs, yeah.
Okay, all good there. So let's push the theater thing to the end. Let's move B to,
He has information on it.
oh, you do?
I can represent. Vivian.
Okay, good, because I was gonna say she's not here yet. Go ahead then. So
Okay,
the second
sure.
theater event.
At first, we're gonna table it off because all the summer movies, all the kids' movie, child appropriate movies were released in the summer. But as of this morning, I just heard Moana 2 is gonna be opening up Thanksgiving weekend. So maybe we're aiming to get a proposal or a bid for December 7th, the following week. A Saturday. Yes, Saturday. Yeah, December 7th. So we're gonna get a hold of. Oh, I forgot his name.
Me too.
The manager.
Yeah,
Harry Harris.
Harris,
Harry Harris.
Harry, yeah,
Mr. Harris, that's what we call him.
yes,
Mr. Harris.
to give us an update. I'm pretty sure we're gonna aim for what we did last time, which is better. Because they had room to spread out.
And what was that? One full theater?
It was 100,
The bigger-
was it the 100 theater or it's 150? I can't remember what he
But
said.
you didn't sell
I
all
wanna
the
say it
tickets,
was
but you didn't sell all the tickets.
No,
So
we
they
didn't
had
give out
space.
all
You
the
didn't give
tickets. It was, we did 60, 50 for special needs and the other 10 to the open public.
You said 60, 50. You meant 60. or you meant
No, we had
50?
60
And then
total,
10
50
Understood.
for the special needs community and then 10 to the public.
Gotcha.
And then we were actually gonna get a smaller theater, but he said that he wanted to get the bigger one
Okay,
to give us the.
so that's what we're waiting.
So
Yeah, because
technically, we didn't purchase all those seats. He
Understand.
gave it to us.
Nice.
I don't know, that was
Oh,
very
very
nice.
I like Mr. Harris already.
I know, right?
So that's our tentative date will be for December 7th. We'll have all that information for our next meeting.
And when we do finally get it approved, I want to reserve four seats out of those seats for that lady, the lady that was, with, let her come back. I can't remember her name right now. Yeah, the one that has the seizure. I wonder,
Yeah,
don't you think that would be nice?
Yeah.
Give them a special space. Especially while they went through that.
So 4 theaters, I was like, wow.
Me too, I was like, what?
I'm glad I waited for him to
Seats,
finish.
not theaters.
No, but when you said.
No, because he went, let's reserve, and I'm like, whoa, it was, I
I
thought
want
it
the
was.
whole theater. We're gonna have different movies in every theater for all walks of special needs.
Okay, so that, you'll get an update next meeting. It's gonna probably be Moana 2, unless something else comes out that weekend.
Okay, good. All right, so we'll follow up on that as we get closer to November. Very good. The UM Card Fall Barbecue event, again, another one that Vivian was working on, and I thought Ivan was supposed to be here today.
Well, that's what we were hoping at the last meeting. I don't know who was
Because
supposed
he
to
emailed
contact
us.
him.
He
Were you the
emailed
one
us.
working on it? with
I
him?
was gonna say, I don't think it
was
was
you,
Vivian, she didn't give me an update on that one.
No, she was emailing back and forth between Ivan and I, but Ivan said he was gonna be here so we can finish the discussions, but I don't, he didn't show, I guess. Because I saw it on my
So John
email.
and Ivan will be at our August meeting to discuss details.
John and Ivan.
No, well, he hasn't talked to me about anything on it.
So then we need to defer to the
Defer,
next meeting.
needs to be deferred to the next meeting.
Okay, so.
I mean-
You'll get a hold of Ivan.
The whole thing is really on them because we're just waiting for them to finalize the okay to do everything.
Who them,
To
Ivan?
give us a
Yeah,
details.
Card.
Okay,
Because
so then I make a motion to defer item 6C, the Card Fall Barbecue event for our next.
second,
Question, well, you can finish the motion.
all in favor?
I,
Motion.
So, I believe that there were 2 dates on hold. So,
Yeah. We had, October 19th and November 7th.
Okay. Would you still be interested in October 19th?
I don't think so. I think we should stick with November 2nd.
I
We need
think
to
let's
see.
leave both.
it's up
just
to Ivan
in
though.
case. I think let's talk about it in the next meeting, because I think it's always good to have two options just in case. Because maybe we say November 2nd and he comes back, oh no, and then she takes the hold off of the thing, and then we end up losing that.
What
that
was the
spot.
two dates? October what?
19 and November 2nd.
So get a hold of him.
And it was
See
at
what
the
he
Mary
says.
Collins
Second or
Community
seventh?
Center.
Two.
Now, I will say, John, if it's gonna happen in October, we definitely at the next meeting already need to vote. Because we need to have time to be able to, market and put it out there. Cause they like for us to give, which is the correct thing, at least a month or two in advance.
Yeah,
So it needs to be September.
okay. All right, so we'll defer to the next meeting and I'll contact Ivan and figure out the end and all. All right, Festival of Lights. Vivian was supposed to talk to Audrey about trying to get in touch with Heather Graham. It's Heather Graham, right?
What's the same as Graham?
Miss Graham. About getting Arts for Autism, and we
Audrey,
also,
I think it was.
yeah.
Audrey is from Arts for
So
Autism,
there was somebody else?
Yeah, the
the
Graham,
one that actually like puts on the.
we just find her name so I can say it right. Andrea Graham. So we want to get in touch with Andrea about getting Arts for Autism to do dances in the main stage. And then, so see, did you think that Sensei would like to do a practice or a show off on the stage as well? Should we give him the opportunity?
I think we could. I mean, I don't know what he would say, because. I mean, it'll give him like 3 months, depending when we start the classes back up.
Do you want it to be on the main stage or on the second stage? Remember the one we
I
did?
think I would rather speak with him and see what he thinks, because I think they could perform fine. Well, then again, let me not say it, because we do have a new group, because I was gonna say, because it goes to like the big karate competitions, but I don't know
Let's-
about the group we have now.
Let's talk to him, see what he says. I
Yeah.
think maybe he would be better off doing it on the second stage, because if you remember the main stage is up
Mhm.
and the secondary stage is flat on the ground right in front of Snows. So that one's a little bit more like controlled. You're not
I
gonna
think
fall
that
off
might be
anything,
better.
yeah.
It sounds better.
especially since they're all still learning, because it'll be mostly a new class.
And
And
even the Arts for Autism, I'm not sure if they're gonna wanna do it on the first stage because of the crowd.
that was the argument of that Vivian wanted him on the first stage because nobody was there to watch us on the other stage. They wanted us to be in the thick of all the events to show off what was going on, so I am okay with that as long as Audrey's okay. If Audrey thinks they can do just fine up there, then that's fine. If not, then we can always have for the second stage. So that needs to be wrapped up probably by the end of August. So I'll just reach out to Andrea and see if we can't set a conversation between her and Sensei and Audrey, yeah. Let me write that down. As far as the Festival of Lights, do we want to have a booth? Do we want to have an actual table with our tent and everything now that we have the ability to do that, where we can have, maybe Officer Amador can sit and we can hand out, stuff about the special needs program, be closer to the front this time?
What day is it? Sorry?
I don't know. When, do you know when it is?
But don't you have to represent the police department on that day, since it's,
That's
I think
not
it's
one of
like-
those events that there's a few officers there. It's not one of those that like we come out and like at the parks where it's like.
They haven't
8 of us
listed,
and we're positioned somewhere.
they haven't listed when the next one's gonna be. Last year it was on the 18th of November. Oh, it's a November event usually. Yeah, so just a general thought, because when I talk to Andrea, I can find out, can we get a space? Because I would want us to actually have a space, not like we had before. The one we had before, we were outside, uncovered, against the back corner where nobody was, and I would want one as close to the front. Last time I had talked to you guys about doing this, we had found that Giving Gators was doing a kids center, and we were gonna talk to them about putting a tent with them. In the end, we all decided that we didn't want to have the tent there, we'd rather do the performance, and that's what we wound up doing. So I could still talk to Andrea about seeing if there's a space for us, or I could talk to Giving Gators to see if they're doing a kids event again. I would want to hear your input before I proceed with it.
I think what Giving Gators does is actually collect toys on that thing.
Who puts the
If I'm not
festival lights
mistaken.
together?
The grant company.
Me personally, I don't think we need a table or a booth or a tent. Only mainly because who's gonna man it? For how long?
What's the purpose of a tent?
Exactly. It's probably just to hand out our flyers and give information.
Hopefully sign people up too. But yes, that would be it, just to hand out information. We also, the last one we did have a table, we handed out sensory toys and candy canes. The candy canes didn't go very far, but the sensory toys went fast.
We kept giving them for like 5 more minutes.
We may have bought a few more candy canes than we needed to. I don't know my mathematics very well, so I
Let's just
overestimated.
say we still had in our April event.
We actually still had some up until July, but I accidentally left them in the garage and they melted.
So that's my opinion.
Have you guys thought of, because a lot of times we'll have the table and there's a lot of stuff and you have the banners and stuff, but I've been to places where we'll have a small TV screen. And, you know, like our video on loop.
I can do that. I have a TV and I have the computer to do it. I already have that set up because I do it at other events for us cosplaying. It's just a matter of then it becomes John has to run the tent all day, which I don't care. I wouldn't mind. It's that I can just ask Claudia and Mike to handle the kids that day. So if we're okay with it, I'm fine with that, because I think that would be great to have a presence, especially if we can get up front and be able to play our video and do slides about the programs that we offer and be able to hand out flyers to people about the dojo, about the safety program, about the animation classes and for Arts for Autism, you know. I think it would be good because you're looking at one of the largest events outside of 4th of July and the Easter egg, in my opinion, for this area, but it's one that's more controlled, you know, when you think about it, because you're in that main street, you're in that whole section. But they're either gonna walk this way or walk around, you're gonna get traffic if you're in the right spot. So you want me to, how about I just pursue asking and see if we can get close to the front? Because if we don't get to the front, then there's no sense in doing it. If it's in the back end where everybody's just kind of lingering to just chill. The last 2 times we've been back there, it's not been, there was only 1 year I remember going to that event where that backside was packed. And that's because they had food trucks around the backside and they didn't do that the last couple of years and nobody goes there. So,
But once you talk to her, find out how the setup is.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll discuss that again in the next meeting.
Okay, sounds good. Moving on. Mayor's Gala. So I talked to Joseph today. Let me see if I can, heck, I'll just do it on memory. Here's the essential of what's going on. We are moving to the Miami Lakes Hotel. It's going to be just like the same setup that we saw at the Chamber. They're gonna have it with food on the left, casino on the right, kind of a little bit modification. We're gonna try to have the alcohol bars in the corner by the food. We're not gonna do 5 vendors of food. We're gonna try to reach out to 3, maybe 4, the max. The theme is the last night in Paris. So the goal here is to try and actually bring in restaurants that are Paris-like. He's already started talks with the French bakery that's right in front of the hotel. I want to talk to Vanilla Espresso and a few other of the locations that are kind of Paris-y here and see if they can come join us. Crepe Maker, which is in Pembroke Pines.
They did great at the gala.
They were
They were great, very
They
popular.
they were interested in coming, so we might get them. Then on the other side of it, I'm still waiting for him to give me the actual drawing of the room, but the other side, I think they're gonna put casinos here. And it's gonna be 3 or 4 tables and that's it, not the whole room like we're used to, it's just
Yeah,
this
'cause
corner.
those tables are too big.
Yeah.
Those tables are too big. They need a different kind of table.
And then this side over here is where we're gonna put a VIP section for our title sponsors. Our title sponsor this year is an individual, we're not sure if he's gonna use his name personally or if it's gonna be his business. He has a child with autism who is going to perform at the event. Then also title sponsoring it as well, the Graham companies, because they donated the whole hotel to us without cost. They're gonna do setup and takedown for us, and we also got the party back, but we have to pay half to the party, so we got it for 50% off. But they're gonna do 2 bars and a beer and wine bar, which will be over here on this side too, between the casino and the VIP room. Auction area will be out here in the front like the other one had. Plus, we'll have a 2-step and repeats from Fantasy Designers, one here and one over here. And the one over here is for everybody coming in to do a shot with themselves or with the mayor. The one over here is our live broadcast. We're gonna do another Facebook Live like we did last year. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but there's a large chance that not only will we be live, but we might also have Channel 7, Channel 6, maybe Telemundo there as well, because it's the last one for Manny and he's gonna push it. And if Manny gets the Republican nomination, he'll also be running for mayor at that time. So it'll be people wanting to talk to him, which is great eyes for us to get more attention on the event. I discussed with Joseph. I said, he's like, we need to push to get auction items like we do every year. And I said, every year we do auction items, they don't do any good. Half the time, the only thing that comes through is our gift cards and we make very little off. I said, why don't you let us sell sponsorships this year? So we negotiated a deal. We have 28 tables total. Each table holds
Full
10
size?
people. Yeah, full size. Each there's 10 people per table. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna section off 8 tables because the mayor is bringing special guests. We don't know how many. We haven't calculated that out yet. But we're gonna start first thing now, between now and the end of the month into September, the first week of September. And our goal is to sell sponsorships of the tables at 5 seats each. It'll be $1,000 for 5 tickets. And what they get out of it is their name will be in the program. It'll be on the banners around the room. It'll be on the table. And all 5 tickets guarantee a seat at that table. Because once we've sold out all the tables, there's standing room only for tickets. And from what I understand from the mayor and from the hotel, they don't want to do standing room only. So basically, if you don't have a seat at the table, you may not be able to just stand there and watch, except for us, because we've already given up our table to make money. So we can bring in more for the board. We're gonna be walking around doing stuff anyway, so I didn't really think we needed it. But the goal is for us to sell 20 tables at $1,000 per 5 seats. So you'd be getting 2,000 per table. If we sold all 20,
But you said it's 5 seats.
yeah,
5
5
out of
seats.
10. 5 out of 10.
Split the table in half.
Oh, okay.
There's 5 on this side, 5 on this side.
Okay, because I'm like, hold on.
So if you want a whole table, it's $2,000.
Got
If
it.
you want half a table, it's 1. If we sell all 20, we'll make $40,000.
Okay, but what happens to the people that just buy 1 ticket?
They're not available until after September, if they're available. Because the way that the hotel does the sales, they cannot do individual tickets unless you buy a ticket in the sponsorship with the table.
Okay, but isn't the gala in September?
Yeah.
So if you wanna go to the gala, you either sponsor or you wait until a week before the gala? Oh, boy.
That was their.
That's why I was saying $1,000. I'm like.
Was it sold out last year?
Yeah, it sells out every year, but we never had
It's
tables.
100
before.
max. 100 max and stragglers and then people just show up. But we didn't have,
If you have 28 tables, there's 10 people on the table,
This
there's
is-
more than 100 people.
This is new facility,
Oh, we're going bigger, and bigger this year.
right?
All right.
So, because we used to be in the Lonzo Center.
We used to do it in Alonso.
but it wasn't 4 tables.
So they.
It was.
It was like,
I remember we talked about tables. Okay.
Yeah, so this is an actual table, you get actual meal, because we're gonna try to have at least 3 to 4 restaurants, provide food on trade. And we'll have Bacardi, so there's gonna be plenty of free drinks for everyone, and so what I told them I wanted to do was go with you guys. I know that Vivi and I are gonna probably start working on trying to sell sponsorships. I figured you would be an expert person to work on sponsorships. What I wanted to see was who else wants to work on sponsorships or who wants to work on trying to get gift cards and auction items. Since we still are gonna do the silent auction, we still need items. He's not going with the people that we did use last year because the stuff that they brought didn't do anything for us. So he's gonna go with a different place that's supposed to give us more relevant stuff to sell at better prices, I hope. Because we barely sold anything last. So I figured as a team, we could split up the work. Half of us are working on the sales of the corporate purchases at the table, the other half are working on trying to get gift cards or donations, or, you know, that you're new to this, so what we have done in the past is we've gotten restaurants to donate gift cards, we've gotten organizations to donate time, so like if there's a daycare center, they could donate a month of free daycare, or if there's a swimming center, free lessons, or, you know, and so on. And we try to focus in on everybody that's in Miami Lakes or near and around Miami Lakes, because all the money benefits Miami Lakes from our board. And we try to collect as many auction items for free as possible, so that whenever we sell them for, we earn the money back.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Did Joseph by any chance check into the live auction
No, they haven't.
that they had? Because that was very organized and a lot of the stuff was sold.
I don't
know
think
how
he
much
has,
you guys made.
I'm thinking yes.
But I can ask, I can definitely ask and send information to Joseph.
Because that was a lot of hotels, a lot of travel and golf and stuff, and that sold a lot.
Did it come with the live auction you put together, or did you guys go get them?
No, that's
The
a,
company.
it's a
pretty sure.
company, they do that. It's like, you pay someone that it works in looking for those.
Find what it is,
Uh-huh.
send it to Joseph, tell him what, or send it to me and I'll send it to Joseph.
Okay.
Cause the thing with Joseph is that I think he's very stretched, very thin, but he did pick up 6 interns who are going to be working on the gala specifically.
Mm.
So we have help, and most of them will be available the day of. Our setup for this event is completely different than it was at Robert Alonso. We have restrictions, we have rules. We're not allowed to start setting up until about 2 hours after 10 o'clock or something in the morning of the event. And we have to tear down immediately after, because there's an event the next day. We only get half the room at, I think, at 10 or 11, and then we get the other half at 3. So basically, we're starting at 6, hoping that everything is together.
And it's from 6 to.
6 to 10, I guess.
But you said the Grams are setting up and tearing down.
They're helping with setup and tear down, yes, that's part of the contract, but we have.
But
to
that's
do-
tables and stuff.
We have to do, Fantasy Designers is not gonna be putting up the big, you know, stage, because we don't need it. They're gonna be doing the theme stuff all around the room. We're gonna be adding the signs and benefit posters, arranging the auction items like always. And other than that, I don't think there's anything else for setup wise, but I'm gonna be free that whole day. The kids are with Claudia, so I'll be with Joseph trying to make sure it's all done.
September 17th.
20.
20.
20 what?
28th
28?
Yeah.
Yeah, 28.
September.
Trying to remember. Pass that information to me, I'll pass it to him, we'll see what we can do. I think that would be a better, anybody we do get to come in, if like you happen to talk to someone that has a French type food, or it wants to be a food vendor, there's a new kicker, they have to have outside food insurance. We cannot have them set up and give out food unless they have insurance, because at the event we all went to, someone tripped on a power cord from, I guess, one of the vendors, and they got in trouble. And now the hotel says everyone has to have insurance, we're not covering it. So,
The food items you mentioned, that's not really like hors d'oeuvres or dinner food, it's more like sweets.
oh. Vanilla Espresso sells some amazing quiche. And sandwiches too. I don't know about the French bakery, yeah, but then all they have is croquettes and stuff. I was
They
thinking,
also have sandwiches. It's pretty much the same as the.
right. And I
That's
was,
not really, if you think about it,
no, it's not.
and or $100 a ticket or $500.
So I was
$1,000.
I was wondering if we should go, well, can't pick Paris, couldn't pick Rome.
Or Italy, because
Because we just did plates of Italian, man.
Is it
We
too late to
have-
change the theme?
Yeah,
No, but
really,
The dessert could be the theme and dinner's different because you're not.
great relationship with what's their name? The folks that have the Brazilian steakhouse. And Dr. Limon and his other place.
Crusaders.
Is that what it's called?
What's the front sheet for dinner?
Crusaders.
I was
For
gonna say,
Brazilian.
for the Brazilian house, I would think that they're like having them do like a full dinner would be amazing. So, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It's whoever we can get to do it. Let's just make sure it's not pizza.
All French fries.
Not,
Guys,
that's, no French fries.
why not?
Not for
These are
$1,000.
French.
You know what's funny?
French fries are, or maybe some truffles.
Okay, so they eat French onion soups,
We're finding out what French eat for dinner.
can't really.
That's cargo.
And French fries.
Chicken confit,
Beef bouillon.
salmon and. I don't
Well,
wanna
beef
say
bouillon would be
I'm scared
good.
to say.
Not for $100 ticket.
What about Lestrega?
Lamb shank. Lamb
That's
shank.
just down there.
Yeah, you see, yeah, okay.
And
I think it doesn't really matter.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The desserts and stuff can be enough. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, that could be the
authentic.
part, the French part, and then.
Vanilla
everything else is
espresso?
Just,
They have like tons of pastries and desserts. They could bring a bunch of that. They could bring a cappuccino.
so
machine.
the dessert is French.
Yeah.
And then the dinner.
And the dinner could be classy. You know, I mean,
So it's no longer gonna be those.
it's
Okay, I
not, it's
agree.
not supposed to be, it's supposed to be a mix of finger food, dinner and dessert. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you should be an appetizer. And I had suggested, Vivian said we should skip it, but I had suggested we have cellos come back as they always do. And do
did
the
they-
finger food. And then we have two restaurants do the choices of dinner and
Yeah,
then
did a great
vanilla.
The diosa, right, taco place also, the diosa,
Mexican.
that-
the Mexican too, but they did a really good job.
So we have a lot to do. We have to call these people. So let's find out now between you guys, who wants to work on auction and who wants to work on table sales and finding businesses to sponsor this.
Well, you're still waiting for her.
No, I have
She's
a
gonna do the
question.
auction part.
What are the interns working on?
I have-
So we're not double
Yeah,
working.
let's find
They're not
out.
working on sponsorships. I know that.
I think let's find out better what they want us to do, just because.
That's what he just told me he wanted us to do, was to focus on this, on the table sales and auction.
Sorry, I spoke to Joseph earlier this week. And he said that the focus for the committee were the auction items.
He just talked to me this morning. We changed that.
Because
He
the
doesn't-
sponsorship is always.
he
picked up
wants
by
to
him.
Well,
sponsor.
that's what I mean, like,
He wants us to
said-
do sponsorships. Because we'd rather sell the tables than try to get
I think.
little
I
itty
think,
bits of money.
no, but I mean, because of the interns, that he said that he does have interns that will be there on the day of
Right.
the event.
Yes, we know that.
So that's what was,
I think we
Confirm.
should focus on the auction and let him focus on the tables, and you know, he has. the
That's what he does
contact with
every-
the
He's not gonna be
mayor.
doing that. He doesn't have time. He's too busy. He's not gonna do it.
Gabby, can you just clarify that for us? Can you get that like in writing for us or get that clarified?
I mean, he can if you want. I can call him right now. I just got off the phone with him and Vivian was here. She would verify because she was on with me. We asked him what he wanted us to do and he said. We'd rather us get the tables sold so that we can have the money from that versus the auction, which takes a lot more work and less money out of it. But we still need to do auction too. So I had said, why don't we break the team up and half of us work on auction, half of us work on sponsors. If you guys want to just work on auction and Vivian and I work on sponsors, that's fine too. I don't care. However you guys want to break it up, it's fine. It's just someone has to be making these business calls and he's not gonna do it. Cause he's got too much going on. He's got himself plus the mayor and the mayor's race for Miami-Dade County. It's not like the years before where he had the time to call people. He's barely got time to even go home.
What kind of script do we have to call?
That I don't, I think he just sent that to me. Hang on.
I believe there's a letter that we were given last year.
No,
Right,
for the auction is something different.
Yeah, he didn't send me the letter he was supposed
For
to.
either, because I wouldn't know where to start. I wouldn't know.
So we have an Eventbrite gala purchase thing. See how you get tickets for $1,000? You have to buy your table. We're gonna be using this to make the purchase, or they can give us a check. So if you want to work on the sponsorships with us, that's what we're gonna be using. To sell it is the Eventbrite and. He's supposed to have sent me. Yeah, it's the same thing. He's supposed to have sent me the sheet he didn't do that, so I have to reply to him and tell him. So I just wanted to get from this point, I wanted to know from you guys what you want to do, which ones you want to do, because that way I can be able to follow up with you and say,
I'll
You
go
know,
for silent auction.
you want auction?
Yeah.
Okay, so Clary's gonna do auction. Julie, what would you like?
Yeah, I'll work the auction with you.
Malin?
Option. Remember, it's the beginning of the school year, I'm barely gonna have time to even do auction.
I understand. Jesse? Auction? So then Vivian and I will be doing sponsorships. Which makes sense. I mean,
So you'll get that paperwork to us that shows a script as to what we will be sharing with people
Yes.
left in the auction.
yes, I'll get that to you. I'll get Joseph to send that to us all, because he can email that to us all legally. Now at least I know who's working on what, so between Vivian and I, we can coordinate with Joseph on who we've sold tickets. And if, by the way, any of the people that do a donation for auction say we want tickets, and you can sell them on a sponsorship. If you don't want to do that, you can tell them to call me and I'll do it, or call Vivian and she'll do it.
Okay.
So that way you don't have to get into the mix of trying to sell tickets. And Officer Amador, are you gonna be selling tickets? He's like, what? Excuse me?
I just want clarification somehow later, I don't believe that waiting until
1 week before.
1 week or 2 weeks before for the single items. There,
The single
a
ticket.
single tickets,
Yeah.
and how many tickets are we talking about? Total, 280?
I don't know.
Well, 28
They-
people at 10 people. a
He
table.
couldn't give me an answer today because we don't know how many people the mayor is bringing to even know how many tables we have to hold back. That's why we said 20 out of the 28 we're gonna sell.
Right, that's 80 for him.
That leaves 80 out. And assuming that he doesn't bring 80 people, then those individual seats get sold as individual seats.
But later,
But
that's the
later,
thing.
right now, up from now until I think it was the first week of September, he said that they're not selling single tickets, they're selling the sponsorship tickets, and that's
Yeah,
it.
right now it shows us 1,000. I thought it was a mistake. I'm like, I think I just put on.
That would be one,
That's how
two,
it always
three,
That's very-
that would be 4 weeks, that would be 1 month of selling the sponsorships, and then 2.5 weeks of selling individual tickets. But that's what he wants to do.
Okay.
And mind you, this is the one thing that I don't have control over. It's their event. It's our event, but it's not our event. It's our name on it. Our money's made from it. We raise the funds from it. But the mayor and the mayor's office is in charge of actually producing and running the
Well,
event,
it's their event mainly, to the mayor's gala.
right?
We just benefit from it.
So we can suggest things, but doesn't mean they're gonna happen. I already made our point that we wanted Audrey to do a performance. Well, and they said, well, we have 4 performers. I said, I don't care. Who else is performing, we still want our people to perform, because we've been missing that the last 3 years in a row. It'd be nice to get it done. So hopefully that gets added in, but we'll see. Any questions about the gala besides that? I'll get you guys your sheets to know what to do with the auction items, so you can, but it's probably the same as it was last year.
Yeah, just find out in detail what it is we need to be asking for and a deadline as to how and where. to
Madeline, do you
get
still
those.
have that sheet from last year that you asked them for 5.5 months to get you?
Because we're already.
You created your own.
close.
Can you share that with everyone? Just
If I
that
can find it.
you can,
I created my own and try to get their letterhead on it, because, it's from the time, and the one I usually use has my school letting on it.
essentially what we're asking for is that a company or an individual that has a product or service donate that amount in trade for an auction item to be sold. So if they gave us $100 in gift cards to go to Carrabba's, we take the $100 gift cards from them, they get their name put on a list of people that donated to the auction items.
I understand how an auction works. I'm asking about just details in specifics for this event. That someone might be asking who isn't aware of how an auction works or wants to know what they get in return specifically. And then also what's the deadline for this? How are they getting this to us? Is it coming decorated in a basket? Are they just handing it over to me and I make it look good? I mean, I just need to know those
I'll get
the
with you.
things, yeah.
I'll get with you about that in fact.
Julie, I honestly, we would all like to have the answer to that question. You've been asking it for 3 years.
Well, here I am to ask again, so.
We've had meetings
I'll
with
make-
all of them and asked that question
Okay.
and still didn't get an answer when we were sitting at the table.
Madeline says she has something for us, so new business.
Yes,
No.
Oh.
it's still
Oh,
old
we're going
business.
back.
It's,
Okay.
so we're done with
Exactly.
Dallas, so it's,
Dojo, go girl, dojo.
hey, yeah, what's up with the sensei? Are we ready for September?
Okay, so, I asked him and I asked Manny, haven't heard back from Manny yet, but I did hear back from Sensei. I asked him when he would be ready to start again. And also like if we would keep Monday or if there's other availability. So as we know, school starts August 15th. September 2nd is Labor Day. And then he has a conference, which he'll be out of town for. And it's from the August 26th to September 4th. So I wrote to him and I said that I'll be bringing, of course, this information to the board. And I think the best thing would be to start after September 4th. Now, Manny hasn't written back to me, so I'm not sure if it'll already be available. I would think that the youth center is available because it was used for the summer. I don't think it's gonna, but then again, I don't have confirmation from him. He did offer to do, a different time if we wanted. It says here, option one, one of the options is weekly. We could do Mondays, we could keep it to 4:30 to 5:30. He also has Mondays, 5:30 to 6:30.
We had talked about doing 5:30 because
Yes.
everybody had said that they liked it. They just had about a half an hour rush to get there.
So I think, I mean, this is something, of course, that I would bring back to him. Now, then again, this is something I'll put it in the email, because then I'm gonna leave it now for him. Once we vote on whatever it is that we're gonna vote on, then he needs to get with Manny, they need to draw up a new contract. So then he also offered 2 times a week, which would be Mondays and Fridays. I keep it here 4:30 to 5:30. So we can do 1 time weekly. We could keep the 4:30 to 5:30, which he has us already allocated for that time or separated. We can change it for the 5:30 to 6:30 or 2 times a week, Monday and Friday, 4:30 to 5:30. And I think when he was doing Monday and Friday, 4:30 to 5:30, just the same time, so it's not confusing. Because it's like, oh wait, Monday is this time and then Friday is that time. If that's something that we want to do, if we want to do it twice or just once.
So to start September 9th,
I would think that that would be the best, September 9th. But again, that
you're waiting for him to get back for that, or are you waiting for us to?
we need confirmation from Manny, from
Gotcha.
Parks, from here to town.
As of right now, from what I have access to on the calendar, there is nothing.
Okay,
But that doesn't mean that maybe there is something, it's just not on our calendar.
okay. Now, the next thing that I want, so we will need to vote on time slot. If we do decide to do it 2 times, it'll stay the 4:30 to 5:30. And also, for how long? Because remember, last time,
We did 10 weeks.
that's my
last
daughter,
time.
don't get. We did it for 10 weeks. We saw that it was very successful. We got great feedback from the kids and the parents. So I would like for it to be longer. I think that's how we should do it. So those are 2 things that I would like to discuss so we can figure out.
Okay, so number 1,
We actually have 3 different options. We could keep what we have, the 4:30 to 5:30 on Mondays. The second option would be change the times on Mondays from 5:30 to 6:30. Or the third option would be Mondays and Fridays, 4:30 to 5:30.
How's the participation? To suggest that for 2 days a week, how would that be on Monday and that Friday?
I'm already saying that it should stick to 1.
I agree. as
I'm
well.
perfectly fine with
On
that.
Fridays
I
or
just,
Mostly because the second
That's
time,
another thing.
the second time is not good. Friday afternoons is gonna be a no-show for most people. If-
Well, and even Mondays, yeah, holidays, Mondays or Fridays, weekend. But no, but since we did not fill up
Yeah.
Last one, there's no need to a second class, not now anyway.
Do you think some of the no-shows were because of the 4:30 to 5:30, and you would get more?
It's possible.
5:30 to 6:30?
That's what I.
I
thought too.
think we could probably get more from 5:30 to 6:30.
Then,
I think that's what we should do. I think that's the option that seems more favorable to me, but
cause I was also thinking maybe 5 or 6, then she said that people are just,
Why does he like the half hour? Is there a reason he's doing the half hour? instead
no,
of-
5 to 6 and.
Right,
okay,
I'm
class-
asking, does.
The
it-
last
I
class
don't-
was 4:30.
I don't know. what
Our
it
last
is.
class was 4:30 to
But
5:30.
the other karate program that we have here is also
Half
half
hours.
I think
so
that's
I
the way
don't-
they program it at the centers,
Okay.
right?
I don't know what.
Are they blocked up on that way?
All right, are we voting?
Hold on a second, I wanna give you some insight, so if we did 10 weeks, okay, starting on the 9th of September. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that'd be the 11th of November.
I would like to,
And then you've got maybe one more week and then you have Thanksgiving week,
Mhm.
one more week, so that'd be 11 weeks.
If you did 12, you would do it on Thanksgiving week, or you could
Skip
skip,
over Thanksgiving week and go 2 weeks into December, and then you'd hit December break.
that would be
13
13.
weeks. 13 weeks minus. the
Does the town
Thanksgiving week.
acknowledge Columbus Day?
yes,
I think so.
yes.
That's one less.
So now we're at
October
12.
There's also Veterans Day is the 11th,
But I'm
Now you're back to 10.
Monday.
So that's 10 weeks, even if we go 2 weeks into December minus
I
two
think we should
holidays.
just do 10.
So keep it at the time.
Yeah, because if we're at 10, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, we
Five,
can keep, you know,
six,
keeping the
seven.
10. I think it might even be easier when it comes to the
But
contract.
10 takes you still right into the second week of December. If you take out are you taking out the 2 holidays?
Yeah,
And
I'm
the-
taking out the 2 holidays.
and taking out Thanksgiving and
That would put you, hold on,
December 2nd.
yeah, which is right before everyone goes on their normal breaks.
So it'll be no Columbus, no veterans, and no 25th, the week of Thanksgiving.
and then would finish on, so.
December
You
2nd.
could do 12 then,
December
hold
2nd
on,
is a Monday.
let me throw this out here. You could do 12 and that would finish the week before Christmas.
Well, that's what I'm
December
saying. If it was
16th.
13th, then if they did the Columbus Day, that would take us to 12. So if you went all the way to Christmas, you would
12 would
get
take us all
12.
the way to the week before Christmas.
You
To
get
the
12,
16th.
Yeah,
you get
so
into the
16.
16th minus the 2 holidays and the Thanksgiving break.
What do you think, guys? You wanna do 10 or 12?
12 sounds good.
I like the 12.
I like the
I
12.
feel like it makes up for those days they don't get to get over there.
All right,
What's the difference between two?
Yeah.
so
I like
then,
it.
based off of that information, I motion that we continue the dojo program at its current rate and price that we originally agreed upon.
I don't know if the price will change. I would think it
You
won't.
know the price that we have now?
Yeah.
I would hope that it wouldn't.
I don't-
A little bit, not to exceed, because we gotta vote on it today.
Yeah.
Same price, then he'll just add on the 2 extra weeks, because you had the other contract was. 3 weeks.
That's right, just 2 extra weeks.
But he charges us per session, so it's not like, okay, you're
So how
gonna
much
pay
is per
this much for
session?
10 weeks. I think she's looking for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the invoice.
Cancel motion, retract motion, wait for data, then
So-
we'll.
Yeah, meanwhile, the time, 5:30 to 6:30?
Yes, 5:30.
I say yes.
Yeah, I think that 5:30.
Mondays, 5:30, 6:30 at the youth center, just like it was.
For 12 weeks, starting on September 9th, finishing December 16th.
Okay, so this looks like. One of the things here. Says 125 an hour.
Okay.
Which I think is his,
Is his,
but
and
then for the
then,
RBT,
I believe it was 35
35.
35 for the hour.
for the
Or 160.
Times 12.
1920. You wanna make it?
2,000.
Yeah.
Gives us room for a budget to do some, stuff at the end, celebrate like we did last time. Okay,
Yeah, about $80.
No, but that's just for him. We can allocate money for that
Separate.
separate.
oh, okay, so just a spare room.
Yeah, but let's just round it up, I think we do.
Yeah. so I think people need to-
October
Give
14th.
them maybe books to play with or whatever.
November 11 and 20. All right. I would like to motion that we continue the dojo program starting September 9th at the youth center, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. for a total of 12 weeks. With the dates that we selected, being off of the 16th of December of October, sorry, the 14th of October, 11th of November, 25th of November. Finishing on December 16th. Total of
Excuse
$2,000.
me. December? December. Okay.
Didn't I? For a total of $2,000 out of our programs budget.
I said,
All those in favor?
Aye.
hold on, because that was a lot for her to write.
I got it, don't worry.
Wow.
You got the date?
I got it.
She got it, girl.
I have it here, so I emailed this.
I got it.
The length of it.
Motion passes. Can you please reserve the youth center?
I will reach out to. like, yeah.
Let them know it's September 9th through December 16th, with the exception of the 3 holidays.
Through December 6th.
Mhm.
5:30.
Exception of?
October 14th, November 11th, and November 25th. Holidays.
And you center again.
Yes,
Yes.
5:30, 6:30, youth center Mondays. Starting September 9th.
Okay.
Okay. Congratulations, team. Another round of the dojo. Looking
Is there a
forward to
meeting
it.
at 7?
I don't think so.
And we're almost done anyway. What's the next one?
Well, after F, no, we added.
G,
G
the whole
for
for
autism. We go. For autism, we wanted to talk
In
about.
March.
Yes, so the gala for the Hope for Autism is March 7th, 2025. And it might seem like we're a lot of months in advance. She has 11 tickets left.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I
She
know.
just posted it yesterday.
Yes, so that's why we need to bring it. It's $70 a ticket. So if we get a table, it would be,
That would make my day because I had already reached out for 2 tickets and I know Vivian always does. So yeah, with the whole group go, I would love that.
Is it table for 10?
yes. So,
Well, and we don't need to include Vivian because she gets a table at, I know what Madeline told me. Not Madeline.
I was gonna say, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't throw me under any bus that I didn't.
She told me that Vivian sits at her table. I was like, can we sit with Vivian? And she's like, well, she's at my table. So my table's full.
that's her best friend, so.
I said, she goes, if there's room at my table, I'll let you know. And I'm like, ouch. So
So.
if we buy a
Any
table,
other
then we're gonna,
discussion? No, okay, so then I motion to buy a table at $70 per person for a total of $700 for the Hope for Autism Gala happening March 7th to 2025.
comes out of the,
Coming out
Line
of,
item.
comes out of grants, comes out of grants because it's being given to an organization.
That's what you usually do for,
Yeah, it's grants.
like for Gigi's Gala.
Yeah, it's grants. Coming out of the grant line item.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Could you repeat the amount?
$700, 70 per ticket.
So that gives us 10 spaces.
Correct.
How do you want to divide up those tickets?
Well, let's find out for sure that she has a ticket.
Yeah,
I'll need
Just confirm.
I'll need to check with Vivian, so.
So then that's
Usually
1,
they
2,
do.
3, 4, 5. We have plenty of space.
6, if you include our missing man who never shows up. With Officer Amador, you wanna go? I do.
That's 7.
Would be 8 with Vivian. And we still have 2 to give away to someone that can join us.
Sounds good.
Gabby, you wanna go?
I'm not very clear on the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's too far ahead.
It's a year from now, but
It's March.
we'll try and hold a ticket for you. That gives us 9 if Vivian needs a ticket, so then we'd have 1 left, so you can make that.
All right, sounds good. And now we're H. You wanted to talk about.
Okay, of course, I'm the door here.
He said yes.
Oh, you did?
He already said yes.
Yeah.
He said
Yeah.
yes. You were looking
far
at it.
away,
He said
but-
yes. Put it on your calendar.
So we do have that, the fashion show, the gala that we do every year for Gigi's. But this year is gonna be in October 26th. So I know the Haunting House event is at the same day. But if we wanna, come all together for like, just like we did last time, or maybe a donation for like the kids to have a table and they don't, and then the parents don't have to pay for them to.
I love that.
I like that idea.
And that could be also an option.
How much is it a ticket?
It's 75,
How many people for a ticket, per table?
it's 10, something.
Am I like that?
750.
So it's either $7.50 for a table for us or $7.50 for a table for others. I like that.
When's the event?
October 26th.
Now, do keep in mind that it's also the event for
Halloween.
the Halloween
They have-
event, so I don't know.
Oh, we don't.
I say we get the table for the kids. I think that would be a great thing to do.
But which kids had it? Do you have it
You
for the
can-
kids?
Yeah.
You'll decide, everybody?
Or you can pick. We can
No, no, we
have-
don't want to be.
Yeah, like that, but then like the adult group that you met in the gala.
My
Yeah.
favorite.
Can we?
They were my
And they
favorite.
come with, you know, we, them and one parent.
I like that idea too. What do
So
you guys
five,
think?
five.
We all agree? All right, I'll make a motion that we're gonna purchase a table at the Gigi's Gala to be donated to the special needs adults. Total of $750 from our grant line item. All those in favor?
I
Motion passes. That's done.
like that.
Let us know what you need from us, put on the table or give out or whatever. You know, we could get like we could work down the road. And maybe next meeting, we could get some sensory toys to put on the table or something for them to have as a gift.
I like that with a little tag on it that says special from us.
Mhm.
I like that. with a
I think
little
that would be
tag.
really sweet. That, and we have to give them a little, one of our water bottles too, so. Good, good. Is that it?
Well, yes, for the
Old business.
old business. So anybody with new business?
I didn't have any new business. Anyone?
Actually, Gigi's Gala should have been new business. And so should have hope for autism Gala. I apologize.
I can move those.
Yeah, I have a motion to move the Gigi's Gala and the Hope for Autism Gala to the new business, which would be 7A, 7B.
Got it.
Second,
A second.
all those in favor?
I think it was just we kind of just,
We did.
yeah, because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, hold on.
That's cool. You can make a modification in the notes. Okay, any announcements?
Your next meeting is September 4th.
What's September 4th?
Just
Your next
mentioning-
meeting.
Oh.
No, I thought, John, I had the same thought. I was like, wait, hold on, do we need to change it?
No, usually when she mentions that we have a meeting, that means that there's something wrong with the
Yeah,
meeting.
yes, yes.
I'm
Oh,
like,
just a reminder.
thank you. Any other announcements? None? We'd like to thank you for joining us. I wasn't here to get most of your presentation. They'll give me some insight into what you said. I know that we're gonna be working with the mayor's office and trying to improve transportation here, which I agree needs to be improved. And I have special needs friends myself that use the freebie, and it's 2.5 hour wait on the app.
I think he was specifically speaking about the STS and
It's the whole entire system in
The whole
general.
entire system.
Right.
The whole entire system in general.
Because what we bypass SDS with freebie, you know, try to get away from having them, because with STS, you have to book it like what, 30 minutes minimum at least.
STS is the day before.
Day
Day
before.
before.
5
Right.
o'clock.
But my thing here is,
I think I'm next.
like I spoke to Joseph. The county has it with a third party,
Yeah, they do.
which should not be like that.
Hmm.
For example, like in the hospital, like some offices, doctor's offices, we allow to pay for patients to go in an Uber. Why would someone with special need, disability, don't have that same auction?
Well, it all depends on insurance too. So
Mhm.
let's say if someone has CMS,
Okay.
I don't know about other plans, but I know with CMS, you can take I don't think it's Uber. I don't think it's Uber. I think it's CSCS, but actually, no, it's not.
No, for us, it was
It's
SDS.
a different.
No, if you have Medicaid, you mean,
Yes.
it's called logistic care.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Called
yes.
logistic
And
care.
how is
Yes.
that?
Oh, and how does
So-
that work?
That one's only
And it's
from,
free.
that one's
And it's
only
Yeah.
from
Tell us
your
how that-
destination to the
So-
hospital.
But it's medical
Medical-
appointments.
medical
Yeah.
Medical
appointments.
appointments.
For makeup.
So I used to logistic care, I used to use it, I'm sorry. And then I had to stop because out of nowhere. Every time I made a reservation and on the day that I needed to be picked up,
Never showed up.
never showed up.
That was my problem. 'Cause-
Yeah. So I went back to using
We
SPF.
stopped using it at the hospital because it was the same issue and we
Yeah.
say no more.
So,
So practice is paying for patients to go in Uber because
What,
it's
what
better.
improvements are you looking for?
For
Specifically.
SDS, I think the county, instead of using that, whatever. They told me a long time ago that the county's paying a third party $5 million to use a third party.
And that service is,
And I think that $5 million has gone up more. It's no longer 5 million. I think it's more. I think the county should be able to run the system without using a third party.
agreed.
I have been, like I told Joseph, I have been to Chicago and Los Angeles. They run it themselves.
They've got it right over there.
No.
You had easier transportation over there.
We have a lot of problems with Miami-Dade transportation. I mean, I've been arguing about this since I was on the radio, because even on top of STS, we have stories from SFACs of STS leading students random places. They didn't get to their mom's not there, so they just drop them off. And we've had escape situations because of that. With STS with my kids, the first time they took my kids to school, Claudia had to ride with them in the car. And on the way back, they said that, well, we can't take you back. You have to find your own way home.
Yeah, that's how it works.
And then when we said, well, can you take the kids individually? Well, no, they have no verbal skills, so no, we can't take them at all. So then what's the,
Gotcha.
But it does make sense. It does make sense because depending, on, because they might ask them a question or it might like, even just getting out, it's not like they're gonna walk into the door, like
yeah,
it's tricky.
it's not, it's
tricky.
not designed right though. And also, I've noticed them
But they do let the
sometimes,
person go for free with them.
they do, but
So that's, that's a plus. It's just the getting back that becomes a little
I
difficult.
feel like he's also talking more about transportation for young adults who are looking for transportation to go to possibly work or to run errands.
that's what STS is for.
I understand, but you're talking about younger children getting places. I'm talking about him as an individual adult trying to get to where he
Well-
needs to get to, because the children have other resources, please.
Yeah, but it's more of a the whole entire genre, because it's also as well, it's like. These like disability people that cannot walk, that cannot speak and defend themselves, they get picked up from their schools. And they're in the van for hours and hours
Yep.
going around the city.
Yep.
Because it's a shared ride and they don't
Oh,
care,
okay.
Yes, it
they
is.
don't care,
They might care, they just don't know, they can't express it.
exactly.
Gotcha.
Like I have families, they go
Okay.
to therapy. And they don't have to be for like 6, 7,
Oh,
8 hours. For therapy, and you have a kid that is 1 year old. And you're waiting and waiting in therapies for them to be picked up and it's like.
buses.
And
That's what
then
it
you
is.
get and you get on the van and then you're traveling like 2 or 3 hours in the van picking up other people.
Yeah.
You're pretty much joyriding
Well,
around the county.
I
my
know.
ex-wife is
Okay.
blind and
That
she.
that
used
actually
service
happened to
too.
Jacob, like more than once. I remember one time they picked him up, I believe it was like at 6:20 in the morning. And he got to where he had to go like at 9.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're on an important committee over there. Thank you for being a part of that. And I like your attitude that you're willing to share that you've had experiences in other places and it can work, so.
Well, as far as
And
what,
especially because you know firsthand.
Yeah.
'cause you've
Exactly.
experienced it, so
Exactly.
it's not something that you just heard, even though I'm sure
I
you've
like
heard
that.
it from other people too. So you're
It's
being a
still
great
announced.
advocate, not just for you, but for others too. So
Correct.
thank you.
Exactly.
as far as what we can do, I mean, obviously, if the mayor decides to if he gets elected, I'm sure there's a heck of a lot we can do to help. Because we have great advice, but locally in Miami Lakes, we can improve freebie a bit, I think. Because I think right now it's kind of set up as only like here, let me give you a hand if you can't ride your bike to work. Right now, because when you call them for special needs assistance, you have to make sure that they know, because if they don't bring the right van, then you gotta go back and then.
You gotta get a little golf
The
cart.
worst part about it is the app. If you're on the app and you do not sit there and tap your phone, constantly refresh it. When as soon as they call in and say, okay, we're coming, you got 5 seconds. You don't say yes, you're dropped.
Gotcha.
And for people with special needs, that is extremely like hard to deal with because you don't even know that you missed it.
Gotcha.
So, but he's got a point. STS is terrible. I mean, I've had experience with them for my family for the last 6 years. So it's terrible. Hopefully we
good
can-
I will
Thank you.
say something, and it's, and I like that I'm saying it publicly. For children that need it for school, again, SCS is a one-way thing. But even if it were to be like an Uber or something, through Step Up, there's a $750 stipend specifically for transportation for kids that use public, that go to public school.
Yeah, it has to be
Because
public.
they have the unique abilities, which stands for either private or homeschool, but this is specifically for transportation for kids that have a school of choice and don't qualify for transportation.
But it can't work for charter schools. Because that's a choice school, and because of that, they can't qualify for the scholarship, as I've learned. But-
The thing is that charter school is MDCPS, is public,
Yeah, but they still won't give it to you money. I tried with Step
not
Up for
the unique
Students.
abilities, but the stipend, yes,
For Step Up for Students,
yes,
Really?
not the unique abilities.
and then they changed something in the last 3 years. Because I tried and they made me give the money back. Because remember,
But the
Claudia's
unique-
blind.
You probably
so
did the
she
unique
can't drive.
abilities.
No, we did Step Up. for
Yes,
Anthony.
yeah, but Step Up, but the unique abilities one, that was different, that's the one that
There's
gives on
two
average
sides of
about
Step Up, right?
$10,000.
Yeah, maybe you're right. That's fine.
Yeah, because that was for either private or homeschool, you cannot use it for public.
Hmm.
That's where then they send it back.
Madeline has one more announcement before we're done.
For animation classes,
Yes,
they're gonna start September 14th from 2 to 4. I think that's a Saturday. And the open house or orientation is September 7th. So September 7th, 2 to 4.
No, we said September 14th.
Well, the orientation will be at the same time.
I will not be able to go to orientation.
September 7th from 2 to 4, that's a long open house.
Okay,
That's just what I told her.
I'm sorry, I just,
2 to 3.
Is it at the spot?
Roberto Alonso, yes, ma'am.
Do you need to make a motion to place an order for that open house?
oh, yes.
Well,
we
we
have
have-
to go
well-
in now.
We meet that Wednesday before, so I figured if we needed to, or if we already have, I'm not sure, we can always do it that Wednesday.
I think we should vote it now, just so that.
Do you
we're
remember
ready.
how much or anything? The
I
last
thought
time it was big.
last time we did this, we did a huge budget for it so that it was open for the whole year to use. I didn't think we spent the whole thing, did we? For the
You're
last
right.
open house?
You're right.
That's what I remember us
Yeah,
doing.
it's already voted and budgeted.
Yeah,
You said the open house is on September 7th.
September 7th.
Okay, either way, you still have
From 2
time.
to 3, yeah. And we meet that Wednesday before it starts. And then it starts officially September 14th from 2 to 4.
oh, good. Vivian will be sitting with us.
Yes.
Vivian's watching the meeting. Hey, Vivian,
Hi, Vivian.
do me a favor and let her know that I won't need my ticket either.
Well, she's watching?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anything else, guys?
I just texted her, Vivian, contact Marinero so we can get the table. I didn't know she was watching.
Good. Well, I would motion to close out the meeting here, 7:09 PM.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. End meeting.